So, last time I said that I was going to take a look at Twin Peaks, but I underestimated the length, much like your mom. I just could not fathom sitting and watching the show. The first season was okay. I got through the first season. That was fine. It was 8 episodes. Sure, it was close to an hour per episode. But that was fine. Season 2, I only got through the first 3 episodes. And they say, oh, you gotta keep going with it. You gotta keep going with it. You could say that about anything. You could say that about anal sex. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go and get my ass for 22 45-minute sessions. Alright? I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that. And then you got the Showtime Twin Peaks Return, which is like 18 episodes, and which is also close to an hour per episode, last time I checked. And, I couldn't do it. I have a very short attention span as it is, you know? And like I said, I got shit to do. So it was a no-go for me. And, it was just so slow-paced. It was slow-paced. It was so goddamn slow. The only interesting tidbits were when an agent captain from How I Met Your Mother was having goddamn shroom nightmares. That was the only interesting part. You got this little midget guy dancing in his red suit. You know, he's looking dapper, and everything is in reverse, and it's really goddamn creepy. The Red Room. Well, just Google search. Look it up on YouTube. You could skip the whole show. The only reason you would want to watch the show is so you can get the references in Psych Season 7? Dual Spires, which obviously is, it's a synonym. Dual, twin, spires, peaks. So that's the only reason why I would suggest watching it. I mean, apparently it's James Roday's favorite show, and I can sort of understand why, but with a show like Psych, I'd rather watch Psych. It's interesting, it's funny, and, not every joke is about goddamn jelly donuts and coffee. Anyway. Welcome back to the only show on the internet that discusses the time that Ronald Reagan thought that we could build a Death Star. Today's topic will be Friends, the TV show, 1994 to 2004. Let the die roll. Alright, so we're going to start with how the show can be improved. There are too many goddamn misunderstandings. For a show that criticized other sitcoms for having too many misunderstandings.
Well, I think this is the episode of Three's Company where there's some kind of misunderstanding.
Then I've already seen this one.
They sure do seem to like to use that gimmick. Oh boy, shit. I thought that Joey proposed to me, and I thought that Ross proposed to Rachel, and oh no, I thought that that the kid already knew that he was adopted. Let me f***ing ruin Junie from Spy Kids. They also ended up way too happy for anybody living in New York. Monica and Chandler, sure they couldn't have kids, but they got twins.
Twins, Basil. Twins, Austin.
Joey becomes this big soap opera star. And now he's rich and he's going off, and, he gets his own spin-off, which only lasts 2 seasons. That show, by the way. We'll get to that another time, maybe. Also, Ross gets Rachel after 7 years of nothing happening between them. Like, the last, 10 episodes, it's like, oh, I want to f*** Rachel again, and Rachel's like, you can f*** me anytime you want, Ross. My dad just had a heart attack. The hell is up with that? Then we got Phoebe. Phoebe settles down with Paul Rudd. You may know him from Clueless, or I Love You Man, or Ant-Man, or... So she settles down, she gets married, which, for a guy that was like, I don't know, I ever want to get married, they sure, moved real quick. Let's move in together. I'm gonna propose to you at a goddamn basketball game. Come on. Seriously?
Come on!
Who else? Who else do we have left? That's all of them. That's all of them. They're way too happy. Okay? I'm a miserable person. They're way too happy. I've lived in New York, and it's goddamn miserable. Anybody living in New York. Now, I know Monica and Chandler moved out, but everybody else is still there. You know, they're way too goddamn happy. So that's just it. It's unrealistic. Definitely. Next thing. Alright, so a sketch or a remix. Cue it. Do it. Let's do this.
What do you got there? What do you got there? What do you got there? Just cut me a little sliver. A little bigger. Just cut me a little sliver. A little bigger. What do you got there? What do you got there? What do you got there? Just cut me a little sliver. A little bigger. Just cut me a little sliver. A little bigger. I'm bigger. I'm bigger. I'm bigger. What are you afraid you're gonna run out? Cut me a real pea. What are you afraid you're gonna run out? Cut me a real pea. I'm bigger. Just cut me a little sliver. A little bigger.
Friends is one of my favorite shows. There's nothing wrong with Friends as a sitcom from the 90s, but looking at it through the lens of 2018, it's got some issues. Fan theories. So there's a theory that suggests that all of the friends are in Phoebe's head, like she's watching outside of Central Park, like watching like all of these friends, and she's like imagining herself as like part of them, because she's like really f***ed up in the head. And I don't know, it's possible, it's plausible. With Buster Stamp, plausible. The whole thing is very unrealistic, so you can't give it too much. Can't give it too much shit, as I was saying before. Other fan theory. Another fan theory suggests that there's an NBC shared universe, you know, like Marvel, but with NBC shows. So it's Friends, it's Mad About You, and it's Seinfeld, because Phoebe's twin sister is a waitress at the restaurant in Mad About You, and it's explained in Seinfeld that Kramer's leasing the apartment from a character in Mad About You. I've never watched Mad About You. I don't give a f*** about Mad About You. But that's the theory. I think it's plausible, but there's many plot holes that would suggest otherwise. So I'm not going to get into it here because I don't have time because I got shit to do. So that pretty much wraps it up. Next TV show review. The next one will be Tenacious D, the HBO show miniseries. That's the next one. That's the next one I'm gonna do. And that's what I've decided.